Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking head, man.
Angry Fan Movement is the movement to move with. URL TV for life. You already know what it is.
So wait a minute. Hold on. You know what? Let me check. So you owed money or not?
I mean, yeah, I was.
What the fuck, nigga? Wait a minute. Hold up, bro. So you mean tell me when Grind Time died, you was owed money?
Yeah, for a while.
Oh, shit. And you the cameraman.
That's crazy.
So did you ever get paid?
Yeah, I did eventually.
Okay. All right, cool.
Those debts got honored eventually. But, yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't, like, really a clean part from the league and the division. So
it was an ugly breakup.
Yeah, it was kind of nasty, but I mean, it is what it is. And
yeah, it is. I ain't going to harp on it, but I didn't know none of this shit. This is all new to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
you
filmed.
I mean, like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and I definitely have had my moments on social media of like speaking out and saying stupid stuff, but like I try to keep all the business proceedings and stuff kind of offline because I don't feel like it really helps anybody to know that stuff, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah. That okay. And you know what? I was saying certain instances. Drizzy, you next. Hold on, I got you, bro. Okay. But if you mad and if you mad at a company and the fans have no motherfucking clue why you mad, it does help. You see what I'm saying? It's not so much being nosy and trying to be. It does help because now we'll understand. Like for instance, when Charlie Clips battled versus B Magic, you know what I'm saying? We was going, what the fuck, Charlie? What the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You all playing games, but now you telling us, yo, URL, all of $7,000, da-da-da. Okay, now it's kind of looking like, wow, what? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely understand that, for sure. That makes a lot of sense.
So it's like if we ain't know that they owed you $7,000, now we just going to kill Charlie Clips. But now you telling us with URL, you ain't snitching on URL, but you like, why the fuck would I be motivated for niggas who want me to order this bread? Now it's like, oh, now we see the real story. So we can't kill Clips as bad as we fucking was just doing it yesterday.
Yeah.
So it is, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I'm going to say. But go ahead, Drizzy.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you filmed all those battles. I'm a hard-body Grind Time fan, but the only thing with Grind Time is you kind of had to know who to watch. Do you think they should have, like, not put out some of those, like, whack battles? Or you think they should have just – because the Grind Time, they didn't care. Once it was filmed, it was going up. Like, do you think they should have kind of monitored what they put out?
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. There was definitely, like – it got really oversaturated really fast because it was, like, not only was there, you know, the West, the South, the North, the East, there was, like, the middle, the top middle, the bottom middle.
Yeah, like, they was tripping, man.
Yeah, there were too many divisions for sure. There's too many battles coming out, and I still feel to this day every league should do that. Like, should have some quality control, you know, because it's not like a fight where it's like, you know, there will be a winner or a loser, and it'll be kind of entertaining or not. There's some battles that just like aren't really fit to see the light of day. You know, it's just like it doesn't really help anybody for them to be out there. So, yeah, I definitely feel like there should be more quality control in the past, for sure.
But you know what, though? But like you said, they wasn't thinking about it business-wise. They were thinking about it like whatever. So, you know what I mean? They was just like, whatever, we don't care about that shit. We're going to throw it out anyway. That shit is kind of cool. Yo, Grind Time had a chokehold on the game. I'm a hard-body Grind Time fan from day one. Yeah. From off, you know what? Where is, hold on. Forget, I don't know that phrases. Where is Illusion Z? Anyone heard from him? Where he at?
Yeah, I talked to Illusion Z a lot. We've actually, to be honest, we were actually going to do him versus Cadillac Ron, rest in peace.
What?
Yeah, rest in peace, man. For, I think Back to Basics 3, we were going to do that, but Illusion Z just couldn't make it happen for some reason. So I've been in talks with him to get him back on the card. It's just about, you know, finding the right time. People have jobs and stuff, so, you know, it's like kind of difficult with scheduling. But, yeah, he's still around. A lot of the people are still around that were in, like, the old Grind Time battles. It's just, like, they've kind of moved on from being able and free to battle so much, you know.
But you know what, though? And you got to be honest, Avocado, it was kind of crazy because when Grind Time went down, that's when URL came up and King of the Dots came up. But it's like everybody from Grind Time ain't gonna make it over here. So I'm pretty sure that all the battles on Grind Time was in like a real what the fuck is going on situation when it died. Because you got URL, but they not looking for the same thing that Grind Time looking for. They want straight street battles, straight. You know what I'm saying? So then you get King of the Dot, and certain people can't pass the border. Certain people I'm pretty sure a lot of Grind Time dudes it had to been a hard transition when Grind Time fell.
Definitely, because there just wasn't that platform anymore in their area to sort of get on anymore. I definitely see that, and that's probably why a lot of people stopped for a while too. You know?
Yeah. Hey, you ain't slick, Avocado. All right. I mean, you ain't never answered the top 5 battles.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to be back there.
What do you say, Avocado? Mm-hmm.
Should we do of all time or current?
All time.
All time. Oh shit. Okay. Well.
Okay. All time.
5 battlers. All time. I would say Mook, Lux.
Why? I gotta ask you why Mook. Why is Mook number 1 over Lux?
I mean, Mook is definitely. I just think he's the archetype, man. He's just he was the guy that was going out there and being battle rap before anybody else was battle rap. He was battle rap, and I can't even tell you before I got into really filming battle rap. I would be in San Francisco and go to the Apple store, and there'd be kids watching Mook versus Lux on the little their computers in the store, and I'm like, oh, you like battle rap? And they're like, yeah. And then we would watch it together, and he was just synonymous with the name battle rap. So I think he gets a lot of hate nowadays, which I don't really agree with, but I understand people have different opinions, yada yada, on the skill, and he's just that dude to me. He was always that guy to me that was enveloped battle rap. So obviously Lux, kind of for the same deal, and because he was just so ahead of his time, and he's been amazing throughout the years, And then,
well, you know what, Avocado? Hold on, Avocado. Let me ask you something, man. All right. So before Lux came back versus Calico, right?
Yeah.
So was Lux status over Jay Mills before he came back? I mean, I know he battled Mook, but so did Jay Mills. Jay Mills is battled. Yeah. I'm just trying to this is what I do. I fuck with the guests and shit. I want you to really think about that. Like you said, Lux number 2, but did Lux do something crazy on the Smack DVD ever that Jay Mills did?
Well, I think Lux versus Young Miles is still acclaimed as some of the best verses ever be on in front of a camera. That's why everybody's the gray hoodie Lux. We want the gray hoodie Lux, because just that in itself has just been commended for how many years, and you can still go back and watch that to this day, and it's still awesome. It's still you can throw out quotables. So I don't know. I feel that performance was so ahead of its time and so groundbreaking that's why people heralded Lux on such a high platform and pedestal that he's on. But I mean, these aren't necessarily in order. I think these are just my top 5. So Mook, Lux, and then got to be biased, of course. I think Thesaurus and Immaculate are the next 2. And then 5, honestly, 5 is Hollow, I would say.
I don't know.
Let me ask you this. Avocado. So who really ran Grind Time from the East Coast? Hollow or Conceited? Because I feel like Khan was the man, for real.
Yeah, I mean, Khan definitely was definitely going through fools. I feel like he kind of had a couple shaky spots, though, where, versus Cortez wasn't exactly, a complete blowout. I feel like there was kind of a little bit of debate with that. But he was definitely the fucking man, for sure. And,
Avocado, I know you were not trying to tell me that Cortez and Khan was debated. I'm about to get mad right now. He beat, come on, bro. You know what, though? You know what? Let me shut up. 'Cause looking back, the way Cortez broke down all the Brooklyn spots, nah, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Khan got Cortez, man.
Yeah, that was clear.
That was kind of clear back then, man. That was and real deal. Don't talk about what real deal did to Cortez. Like I ain't even gonna go there.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think Khan or Hollow definitely were like the number one people at Grind Time, New York. But the thing that I think sets Hollow apart from Khan and what makes Hollow so great in general is that he's like liquid. He can battle anybody, any style, and not make it look like a definite, harsh, like style clash. He can adapt. He has like all the styles under one. He can like go battle Philly Swain, and it looks tight, street battle, and then go battle Immaculate, and then beat him on his grounds. He's like beat almost everybody from the West Coast. So I gotta herald him for that. That was like impressive coming out here time and time again, being like battling our best and just going through people.
Yo, Avocado, all right, man, I got to ask you, man. Why is Ilmac and Thesaurus on your top 5, but not this?
I mean, I think 5 is probably a tie between Diz and Hollow, but I just think right now, I think Hollow is, over the years, showed less kinks in his armor than Diz has. I feel like Diz is like, he's definitely had his ups and downs, but he has definitely like reached a level in battle rap that I don't think Source and Ilmac have to the wider audience, but just to me personally, like I grew up watching Ilmac and Source go through people in the 2-on-2s, and just knowing how like they've each stayed with it through the freestyle era and been like the top dogs in the freestyle era and gone into the written and adapted well, and just how long the Source has been battling is insanely impressive, and being good and adapting and evolving his style to like being good in every era. Like I don't think there's anybody like that has gone on that long and been pretty much at the consistent level of being dope every single battle.
Okay. Hey, Avocado, I got a name for you, man. And it's being real shaky now. Can you break down why Iron Solomon is a legend? If you think he is one. Do you think he is one?
Oh, yeah, of course. I think Iron's a legend, for sure. Iron was always ahead of the curve, I feel. Like when he was doing the freestyle battles, he was going in there with, with a prepared game, I should say. Like he was on top of it. And then when it was the written battles, he would mix in freestyles with writtens, which nobody was really doing at the time. And then he would also, when freestyle battles became written battles, there was really this kind of area where nobody was really writing direct for an opponent. And I feel like Iron was one of the first people to come to Fight Club and write super direct for people instead of just rap, Like he wrote direct for Jin and direct for Young Zim. And he definitely had some direct shit for Mook. They just never battled there, so.
Direct shit for Math. You're right.
Yeah.
That is true.
That battle itself is a legend, too, because that was like, I think that was the first battle on Smack where they both came with verses crafted for their opponent. Like Math's verse was crafted for Iron. Iron's verse was crafted for Math.
And that started all that the direct personals.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Now, we recently had a debate over who's more of a legend, Iron Solomon or Conceited.
He
said,
and
the debate was kind of crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of crazy. We don't know where we're going with this one.
Yeah.
Now, the old head battle rap fans say Iron Solomon.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying Conceited right now because he changed battle rap with the slower downs and stop and go and with SONS, and he influenced so many changes in a new style of battle rap. So which one would you rock with?
I mean, I would definitely rock with Iron if we're talking legendary status, like that Mount Rushmore shit of putting somebody's like face up there and having that be like a legacy. I feel like Khan has definitely left an imprint in the battle rap game, like a very deep one that even outreaches towards commercial hip hop, where people in like commercial hip hop are using stop pauses in their verses, and slow it down. And I just don't think that Khan really has the lineage yet to measure up to what Iron has done in battle rap.
Okay.
So that's just my personal opinion. I'm not taking anything away from Conceited. He's obviously like insanely successful and insanely talented, and yeah.
Well, no. I was siding with you on that one. I had Iron. Okay. So we're on the same page with that one. But all right. So, Pat Stay versus Hollow. You saw it on the 2-rounder. Your thoughts on it?
Really, really good trailer for the battle that's going to happen next month. It's really a shame that it didn't. It's a shame that it didn't happen, man.
Oh, you go go with that, okay?
I mean, I thought it was dope. All we got, I would definitely be stoked on it. But I definitely left when I finished watching that battle. I was like, like I know there's more to that. I know Hollow had more in the tank. I know Pat had more in the tank, and it was kind of like watching two fighters go at it and make some solid connects and never get a submission or a knockout. So it's like you want that closure from it. It was dope. Honestly, it was fucking dope, and it was everything I was hoping it would be. It was just, not really finished. So
now that you're in here, what do you bring for the new fans who was just like, oh, whatever, I already seen the battle? Why should they watch it again? Besides the name, what are you going to bring filming wise to it that will add on to what was missing? If anything was missing,
to Pat Stay and Hollow. To be honest, I can't really say that there was that much wrong with the way the battle was presented. I think it was presented really good. The stream was fucking flawless. That club that does it, I'm spacing on the name. That's where I filmed for Don't Flop In. We filmed in that same club, and it's like the Ministry. It's called the Ministry of Sound. It's in London, and it's amazing. They're the people that did the live stream, the pay-per-view. So, and I do that too, so I can appreciate when a pay-per-view is like fucking flawless like that. All I can say is, I guess we would bring to the table like nothing that really would be judged by cinematography or editing. You're just going to see it in 3 rounds instead of 1, essentially.
Well, not even that, man. I mean, your battles are crisp. They're real crisp, real sharp. You know what I mean? So I mean, it could be things of that nature. Like, we're gonna see, man, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the buzz around this battle now is nowhere near as big as it was for the first one.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't really hear anyone even talking about this battle. That's why it's kind of like, you know what I mean? The battle might have already got hurt because of the first one. To be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, and I could see that. We had Hollow out here in LA at our event specifically to film promo for this next battle. So we're going to be releasing some trailers and stuff and getting the hype up, getting the ante up. I will say this: they're both insanely motivated to put on a classic. So that's good news. Most people, like, when they do rematches, they're kind of like, we already did this again. We're going to go in there and give it our all, but it's kind of, for a check. So this time, I don't really feel like any of them feel like that. I feel like they're both motivated.
Okay. Question: are you going to be filming the Boston Massacre 2?
Yes.
Nice. Now, you excited?
I am hyped. The card is crazy. We got Iron Solomon versus B Magic. We got Big K versus Head Eye, Hollow versus Pat, and a lot more. Oh yeah, we just announced Joe Nye versus Danny Myers. And you might be seeing in the next day or two another announcement that's going to probably surprise people, and it's a really, really dope match. So
really,
I'm more in the tank. Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the cost on the pay? What's the cost on the pay-per-view right now, or is that determined right now?
That's still being determined. I actually have I wish I had say in that, but I don't really decide the prices, and I don't think it's been decided yet what the cost would be. But it's going to be, live with the commentary like you guys would expect. So in HD.
Okay. Hey, Avocado, Danny Myers. What pops into your head?
Yeah. Loud screaming, and I love it. I don't know why so many people like Danny Myers is getting hated on so much recently. It's pretty insane, because it's like I don't think much changed rather than him battling more, which I guess could be a bad thing, but I still think he's amazing, and he's kind of the same way. I feel like there's a couple people that if you see them live, you get it. You understand why there's so much hype around them, and I feel like those people is like Danny Myers, Dizaster, and Clips. I feel like those people, if you see them live, their charisma, finally you understand, and you're like, yeah, these guys are tight, and they have a presence about them, an aura that is probably unmatched. And I feel like that's probably the same way. I've never seen Tay-Rock battle in person, but I probably think it's the same way with him.
Okay, most definitely. I see. Man, I'm trying my hardest not to ask you who won certain battles because you have relationships, but you film the battle, and you go home at night, and you drink, you crack a beer, and you think about Dizaster versus Iron Sound, and what goes through your mind?
I mean, mainly just how crazy it looked and how to make that energy transpire along with the edits and everything. And to be honest, there was like I told you guys to do visual effects. There was a couple people that approached me that wanted me to when he puts the Hitler mustache on and it falls off. There was a bunch of people that wanted me to have him put it on and then me to CG it onto his face still. So I would cut it out and make it still be on. And I was like, no, that's going way too far overboard and messing up the dialogue of what really happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just thinking of how crazy the battles are, and that's usually what happens. And it's kind of intimidating, honestly. It's actually more intimidating leading up to a battle and doing trailers and promo for a battle that you think is going to be really good than it is after it happened. After it happened, it's kind of like, all right, it happened. People know what happened. People are going to think who won based on who they like more. And I can kind of get the weight off my shoulders. Before, it's like, man, we got to market this correctly. We got to hype it up. We got to make these guys both seem worthy and like they're going to kill each other, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what, Avocado? I'm thinking you do editing movie style wise, correct?
Yeah.
So basically, you really got to stay on your A game because no one else is saying that. So you really do got to stay ahead of the pack. So is there any do you feel like it went from, okay, I'm a battle rap fan, I'm a hip hop fan, this is fun, to, okay, this is straight business now, and then the battle rap is second, or is it still the same way where you love battle rap, so you're doing it? Do you need the money? Do you need the money to do this?
I mean, I don't obviously need the money. I'm definitely not doing this for a paycheck at all. It's definitely for the love, as cliche as that sounds. But, I'm right now with, owning the bunker and everything, it's definitely being pushed more into okay, this is a business, and me and J Pro running the West Coast division, the King of the Dot, it's definitely more business orientated than it used to be. But at the end of the day, I'm still trying to make good classic battles happen. I'm not going to go out there and book whoever's popular against whoever's popular if I don't think it's going to be a good battle. I'm going to book battles that I think are going to be good and that people want to see and that are going to pop off and be great classics.
Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but I can't lie and can't say this. So now I'm starting to catch on from this sentence on what's going on with this whole bunker situation. So, is this a part of King of the Dot? Or is this strictly you and J Pro? Now everything is adding up with the whole J Pro DMs, and I didn't understand what was going on, where that came from.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm starting to see what's going on. So you and J Pro are running the bunker. So is that KOTB affiliated, or is that just y'all?
Well, we own it, so it's not owned by King of the Dot, but we do throw King of the Dot events there. So, like, we throw the series Back to Basics there, which is the King of the Dot series that me and J Pro invented and run. But that doesn't mean that we're in the future not going to throw other leagues events in the space. The space is not owned by King of the Dot. It can be for anybody that comes through.
Okay. So you open to business with anybody.
Yeah.
As far as that goes.
Yep, entirely.
So what? You from LA?
Originally, I'm from Colorado, but I've been living in California for the past fucking 13, 14 years.
Oh, you from Colorado? What you doing? What, was you a battle rap fan in Colorado too, or was it a LA thing?
No, it was in Colorado as well. That's where I battled, was in Boulder, Colorado, believe it or not. So, yeah, I was a fan out there, and then just road tripped out to Cincinnati for Scribble Jam and watched the battles in the Midwest, and then I moved out to California. And honestly, obviously, the scene out here is way bigger, way more diverse. So there's just more of a hip hop scene in general, and I kind of just got enveloped in it when I moved out here.
Okay. So you went from watching Dizaster battle Organic to watching Organic turn around and blow King of the Dot the fuck up. We all know back then grindtime mocked King of the Dot. Like, you niggas want to be like us anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. We watched, like, everyone took shots. Lush won, everyone took shots. And then you just watched the whole game reverse. And now everybody's King of the Dot. What is the like how cool are you with Organic? I had a private conversation. It was just like, man, this shit is crazy right here, right? Like, did Organic ever tell you, like, yo, look at me now? Not being cocky or nothing, but like, yeah, nigga clown me before and shit. You know what I'm saying? But now we run this shit.
I mean, I think Organic is definitely a person that never really, and he never really kind of marinates on his success. He's more of a person that is always looking for the next thing to do. Whenever I'm like, oh man, that event was awesome, good job, he's always like, well, I'm thinking about, World Dom 6 right now, or, Blackout 6. He's always thinking of the next thing. And that's why I think he's such a successful league owner, is because he's always looking forward instead of kind of looking at where he currently is. He's looking at where he needs to go rather than where he's standing.
Okay. I mean, hey, man, Canada, that came a long way, man. A long way.
Yeah, it for sure did. It's kind of strange to think that it's a Canadian rap battle league and it's done so well, because you would never associate Canada with, hip hop at all. But, that is what it is.
Okay, and you're definitely not tired of your position yet.
No,
I mean, Avocado, you had a fan base. You do realize that, right? You might think, like, okay, I film it, but, like, you have a fan base. Like, people say all the time. They compare y'all all the time. And to be totally real with you, like, most of it is, like, King of the Dot has the best, the crispier look, they say. But the best, I won't say the best footage editing, because I won't say it, because then, you know what I mean. You see what's being said on the internet.
Yeah. For sure.
Everybody likes certain people for certain reasons. But you're pretty much on top, to be honest with you. From what I've seen. Shout out to Twiz, not trying to play him. But from what I actually see, everyone says Avocado.
Yeah, I mean, and that's awesome. Like, that's definitely, like, insanely motivating to see positive reinforcement that what you're doing makes a difference, and that's, like, great to see, especially as an artist. That's, like, I'm sure any artist that puts any sort of art out there into the public view and they're positively reinforced back, that makes them stronger and they want to keep going. So of course I see that and I'm like, hell yeah, that's awesome. I don't think I'm the best at what I do. I don't consider myself the best filmmaker in the world. I think, like, you know, I see stuff I do sometimes and I cringe and I'm like, I could have made that so much better. But I think that's how everybody is. And I think every battler that plays back their verses, they see the parts that they messed up on or they did differently or poorly and they want to correct it. And that just makes them stronger. You know, they're honing their craft. So it's definitely good to see and hear that stuff, though, for sure.
So you know what, Avocado, is it easier to film small room versus the big room where the crowd is involved? Like do you gotta, like, how hard is it to actually film that?
I wouldn't really say it's easier to do either, because I've filmed stage battles and it's actually not hard at all to film stage battles, and it's also not hard at all to film small room battles. All that matters is how you want to hone a specific look. And if you want to make it as cinematic as possible and control the lighting and control, like, the color lookup and have it look a certain way, small room is definitely the only way you can accomplish that, because a big room and a stage, you're catered towards the live audience seeing the battlers and being there, and the experience of being there is all that matters. It doesn't matter how the room looks. Whereas a small room battle, you can sort of, you know, like, mold how the room looks and how the lighting looks to what you ultimately want it to do. So that's why I enjoy filming in smaller environments, and especially filming in the pit in general is my forte. Like, I just feel like the pit makes every battle that much better. I think it's just more intimate. The battlers feed off the audience's energy a lot more, whereas the stage, they're projecting to one side, you know, just they're projecting out. And when they're in a pit, they're surrounded by the energy. So when they say a line that hits, it's like it surrounds them, making them hyped. And that energy, I feel like, is unduplicated on the stage.
Right.
Nigga fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive, I'm breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking heads, man.
Angry Fan Movement is the movement to move with.